I was pondering Bonnie Blue today whilst rubbing wood. I can't quite put my finger in Bonnie Blue. Well, I could if I got in her queue, but I don't really want to do that unless I was first in line. But you'd have to get up well early to get first in line, and I like a lie. By the time I got there, I'd probably be about 789th, and I don't even want to go second. She'd be a right mess by the time I got to go. It blows my mind that 1, there's a woman who organised a 1,000 person long sex queue, and 2, that there's 1,000 people who happily got in it. Did you get in it? If so, what number were you? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to speak to the geezer who went last. That geezer has taken sloppy seconds to another level. So if you went last in the Bonnie Blue queue, please get in touch. Just don't touch me, you dirty bastard. So anyway, I was at work pondering Bonnie Blue whilst rubbing wood. And the reason I was pondering her is because I was trying to work out whether she is an abomination or an absolute genius. Personally, I wouldn't want to lay in front of a queue of 1,000 men all waiting to penetrate me. That's just not my cup of tea. However, painting isn't my cup of tea either, and yet here I am painting every single day of my life. If you're going to do something that's not your cup of tea, you may as well get filthy rich for doing it. But I suppose, how much of not your cup of tea are you prepared to go? I don't know if I fancy getting bummed by 1,000 men, one after the other. How long will that take? Do I even get a break? Sorry mate, it's time for a cup of tea. Wait right there, don't lose your boner and I'll be back in a jiffy. Or do I have to do them all in one go? Because at work I do a couple of hours in the morning and then I have a tea break. I don't know how I'd function without my tea break, so what I'm trying to say is, if I have to fuck 1,000 geezers, do I get a tea break? Actually, I'd need more than one fucking tea break. I reckon I'd need a tea break after every one of them. That's 1,000 fucking tea breaks. I'd be pissing like a horse. I don't think I'm cut out for this. I think I'm going to stick to painting, which is fine. Painting is fine, but Bonnie Blue earned more from that queue than I will earn in my entire life. When I look at it like that, I think to myself, form an orderly queue, fellas. Just please be gentle with me. I had to have 3 operations on my bumhole back in 2013 because of an abscess, so getting done by 1,000 men, one after the other, is not ideal. But I do want to be a multi-millionaire. That's what it all comes down to, really, isn't it? Money. Due to money, I'm applauding Bonnie Blue. Take money away and her behaviour is not so impressive. In fact, it's actually horrendous. Why would anybody do that? But because she's earned millions, I'm kind of like, fair play. I think this is a fine example of how money has poisoned humanity. I saw an interview with Bonnie Blue's mum, and she said that she was proud that her daughter organised a massive sex queue because she is filthy rich. Now, I once knew a girl back in the day who organised a sex queue outside a tent. It was a one in, one out kind of thing. Now, compared to Bonnie Blue's sex queue, it was tiny. There was only about 7 geezers queuing up outside that tent. However, when her mum found out about it, she was devastated. Now, the only difference between Bonnie Blue's sex queue and the girl in the tent sex queue is money. Maybe if the girl in the tent had a little pot so people could chuck her a few quid after they had finished, her mum would have been proud too. But somehow I doubt that, because she would have only made roughly 35 quid. That's assuming each geezer chucked her a fiver. And I don't think 35 quid would have softened the blow. I think in order to soften the blow of a daughter organising a sex queue, you need to look upwards of £1 million. In fact, if you did anything for £1 million, your parents would be proud. When at the same time, if you did the exact same thing for free, your parents would disown you. For example, if I sucked off a frog in front of my parents, they would be really upset. But if I sucked off a frog for £1 million in front of my parents, they would be over the moon. We're proud of you, son. Money has poisoned our brains into thinking doing horrendous things are good. So yes, I've been painting and pondering Bonnie Blue for a while now. I had to nip off to the Portaloo to ponder her at one point. My mate said he could hear me pondering her from outside. I'm trying to work out whether I should organise a Bonnie Blue queue so I can become a multi-millionaire. I was thinking I don't enjoy sweeping up, so maybe I should organise my very own sex queue. But then it dawned on me, I'm a big, bold, ugly bastard. If I organise a queue, nobody would get in it. So I don't have that option. That's why I spend my days hoovering. But say I was a sexy woman with voluptuous boobies and a squidgy butt. Would I do it? Damn right I would. I'd only have to spend 200 grand on therapy and the rest would go straight in my pocket. Because surely I'd have to spend something on therapy. I don't know if there's ever been a study on the correlation between mental health and a massive sex queue, but I'm going to go ahead and suggest that a massive sex queue may cause a little bit of damage. But Bonnie Blue says she's completely fine, although I'm not so sure I believe her. She kind of looks dead behind those eyes, like she checked out after her 789th dong. But say she is fine and those random men banging her one after the other haven't caused her any damage at all. You cannot deny that she is playing with fire, and by fire I mean random men's penises. She may well be fine right now, but you never know when one penis may become one penis penis too many. I used to take LSD back in the day and everything was fine for a while until it wasn't. Something snapped. And when you snap, you cannot go back. I just pray that she doesn't snap because she seems like a really nice girl. I've seen her videos. She really cares for those penises. I would hate to see her swaying in a straitjacket one day, eating her own shit. Because I hate to say it, the way she is going, that is a strong possibility. Because I'm telling you, she is not satisfied. 1,000 men, that was just the appetizer. She's talking about 2,000 men, 3,000 men.
7 million men.
Will she ever be satisfied? It wouldn't surprise me that if one day she just has a massive queue sticking out of her at all times. Everywhere she goes. There will never not be a penis sticking out of her. It doesn't matter what she's doing. Reading a book, penis. Cooking a pie, penis. Tending to the hens, penis. Sometimes things are better enjoyed without penis. That's what my nana used to tell me. Yes, I paint for a living. It may not be glamorous. I may never be rich, but at least I haven't got a penis sticking out of me. Well, apart from my penis, but that's not really sticking out of me, is it? It's more dangling out of me. It's meant to be there. I would argue that some of the penises, if not 99.99% of the penises coming out of Bonnie Blue, are not meant to be there. Penises that are not meant to be there are more likely to cause mental damage. That's not my opinion. That came straight from the horse's mouth. Is that a thing that people say now that I've said it out loud? It doesn't sound right. But anyway, in conclusion, I'm torn between thinking Bonnie Blue is an abomination or an absolute genius. Maybe she's both, a genius abomination. If she was my daughter, I wouldn't like it, but I'm sure I'd get over it when she bought me a fucking house. At the end of the day, she's living a life of luxury and I'm painting walls. Who's the real winner here? Because it certainly doesn't feel like me. Actually, I wonder who paints Bonnie Blue's house. Maybe I should get in her next queue and when it's my turn, instead of banging her, hand her a business card. Pondering painter, at your service. What do you mean, hurry up and spunk on my face? Yeah, that's a really good idea, to be honest. Her house must be massive. That will keep me busy for months. Anyway, I've been the pondering painter. Always painting, always pondering. What do you guys think about Bonnie Blue? Is she an abomination or a genius? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit my bell notification so you don't miss a thing. Please help me make this channel grow. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Mwah!